What's up, friends and family? In this week's video, it's going to feel a little bit like deja vu, like we've actually been here before. And in some ways, we actually have. If you want to know what I'm talking about, stick around, stay tuned. Let's roll with that intro. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. What's up, all my family, friends, and loved ones? Welcome back once again to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. I'm glad each and every one of you could stop back by here at the garage one more time, and thank you very much. Thank you for the comments, thank you for the shares, the likes, just all of it. I greatly appreciate it. Now, if you'll go back about 3 months ago, you know that we did a video about putting a Tesla model screen in a 2014 to 2018 Silverado. Well, like I told you in the beginning, this video was going to feel a little bit like deja vu. And here's why. I was just recently emailed by Cidava. Cidava is another company that also makes the Tesla style screens for our 14 to 18 model Silverados and Sierras. They said, hey, would you be willing to do an unboxing video and an installation video? I mean, they say they have the bigger and better. So I said, absolutely, let's check it out. So in this box here today, we have the 13-inch, the Tesla screen from Cidava. This stereo, this Tesla screen is going to put your 14 to 18 Silverado and Sierra into 2025. It's going to get rid of your HVAC controls. It's going to get rid of that awful looking Atari system, and it's going to update it with a 13-inch screen. This Cidava 13-inch screen supports wireless, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, enabling seamless integration and your smartphone safely access to your favorite apps such as maps, music, messages, phone, podcasts, and Siri voice commands. It's engineered to run on fast networks with 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz of Wi-Fi. 4G cellular connectivity, stay connected anytime, anywhere. You can make phone calls, you can get on Facebook, YouTube. You can actually watch your favorite YouTuber, Bad LSX Garage. You can get on Netflix, social media, and you can download various apps from the Play Store. Guys, it's all pre-installed. All you got to do is just enjoy the fun of this new style head unit replacement. The more things change, the more they stay the same. So you might be seeing video segments from 3 months ago from the other installation. But here's the deal. It's the same wiring harnesses, it's the same process, it's the same installation. So what's the difference? 1 inch bigger, different programming, and if you want to see all of that, you'll have to wait till the end when we fire this dude up. But right now, let's rewind to about 3 months ago to where I pulled out that old, ugly, dingy system, and I'll show you how to get that new, updated system installed. This looks overwhelming, and it can be overwhelming. You have to get out of your head. You have to realize that this is just a radio. Even though it's bigger and it's just all apart, it's not like a regular radio that you're going to get from Walmart that's assembled for you. You got to assemble this yourself. So just keep that in mind and breathe. It is going to take a little bit of time. Now, with that being said, what kit do you need? Myself personally, and I can only speak for myself, my truck is an IOB, and I know it's an IOB because I have the 7-inch screen and the HMI box is not underneath the console, the glove box, excuse me. It's actually behind the factory radio. So if you have a 7-inch screen and your HMI box is not in the glove box, then it's an IOB. But keep in mind that you don't have to order any of this separate. The IOB, along with the IO3, 4, 5, 6, all of that will come all in one kit. You just have to get the pieces that you need out of the kit, if that makes any sense. So we know we need an IOB. It's going to come in a bag. We're going to pull that out of the bag, and this is the IOB. This is everything that's going to plug into the back of your, well, we'll get to that in a second. Just stick it off to the side. The next thing you need to realize is that this radio is not put together. It doesn't have any of the RCA jacks, it doesn't have the antennas, doesn't have the mic, it doesn't have anything. You have to assemble it. So what you need to get out of the kit is GT6 PX6, and it will come in a bag just like this with the part numbers on it. Grab that, put them out together, put them all out so you can see where they're at. Set the bag off to the side. Same with GMC PX6 9.0. Also in a bag. It has bags inside of bags. Pull all of those part numbers out and lay them out accordingly. Now this will come with instructions. They're very vague. That's why we're making this video. To take away some of the anxiety, we're going to build this radio right now. First, you want to grab the aux in. These are auxiliary right and left in. We're going to plug those in. Now I want you guys to keep in mind as we're going, some of this stuff may not be used, but at least you'll know where it's at just in case. It would suck to throw away the box and end up throwing something away that you may need later on. So just plug it in, and if you use it, you use it. If you don't, at least you know where it's at. Next is the OnStar audio cable. Plug that in down here as well. I think that's self-explanatory. Next is the USB line. I'm pretty sure this is just an extra, but we'll get to that later. Next is the RCA audio output. This will be for obviously subs, etc. Now we're going to work on the top row, which will be your USB harness. And I'm sure that this actually goes for what would be your Apple CarPlay and things like that, but since this is wireless, I believe that these will turn into charging ports. Next is the DVR cable. Again, not sure if this will ever be used, but you may use it. Next is the SPDIF output cable. Don't even know what that is, so not going to pretend to even know. And last but not least, the cam inputs. These are for the cameras. Now, if you order, and you can order other cameras to put with this system. It has the plugs, necessary plugs for it, but it also comes with, which it says right here, factory camera input. This will plug into your rear camera on your truck. So now, pretty much the system is built. We have an extra USB little dongle here. We'll show more about that later, but I'm just going to plug it up right now into this existing one. Now, this is complete for now. We're going to actually leave this here. We're going to go over to the truck and start taking out the factory radio. I'm just going to very easily go around and just remove this. You just got to be very, very careful. You can feel where there's maybe some resistance, and that's where your clip will be. Now to remove the radio portion itself and the HVAC unit, you have 4 bolts. Let's just pull this out. Let's start by removing this one. Might be a little hard here for me to do this with one hand and remove these, but we're going to try. Perfect. Now, just remove this off to the side somewhere. Once the radio is out, this is the part that confused me. It does come with a jumper, and this jumper is for the 2018 and up trucks equipped with a 7-inch screen. There is one additional gray connector behind the screen, including the RVC, which is the reverse camera. It's needed to use provided jumpers to bypass reverse camera signals as following and seal it. So it gives you a picture of the connector, which is this connector right here that we unplugged from the factory radio. And it shows that you count from the right over, and what we need to do is bypass number 5 and 7 and bypass number 6 and 8. So this took me a little bit to understand, but once I got it figured out, it was not that hard. So I definitely want to pass this on to you because there are no videos out there about this. The plug must be flat bottom, has to be on the bottom, the flat like that. you come with this jumper. It's a red and brown jumper. It has little pins on the ends. And if you'll notice, it also has on one side of it a little shiny spot that's kind of revealed. I always want to make sure that that's pointing upwards. So I'm going to start with the red. And as the paperwork shows, if you count over from the right, starting right here at the top, that's pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to start with pin 5. So I'm going to take the red one at pin 5 with the shiny side up and put it in number 5. It shows that 5 and 7 go together, but it's going to be kind of hard to put the brown in once I need to. So I'm just going to go ahead, since I know, and put the brown in next, because the brown will be bypass 6. Shiny side up. Right next to it will be pin 6. Now, obviously, you know red's going to be next. 5 and 7 go together. So we're going to put shiny side up in pin 5, or sorry, pin 7. This can be a little bit hard to do. It's a little bit hard to see, especially if you're blind almost like I am. So make sure to push it in there, but don't push it too hard. You'll bend the little tabs like I've already done. And now the brown one will go in pin 8. And what this does is bypass this camera. This actual plug will not be used. You will put this plug just behind the radio. This next part I'm going to do. Doesn't mean you have to do it. You may not want none of this stuff. But if you do, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to show it on camera. I'm just going to do it, and it'll be here. I'm going to remove this trim piece right here by the window so I can pop up my little vent piece that comes along the front, and I'm going to hook up my microphone. This microphone is for if you want to use your Apple CarPlay to speak to things and whatever. You're not going to be able to use your existing one that come with the truck. You are going to get this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either put it somewhere in this area and clip it on or something, and then I'm going to run it around and down and into the dash. Now keep in mind also, you have what is also comes with the kit that you need to hook in will be your speaker for your turning signals and your chime. That will also go underneath the dash, and for your GPS, and I believe there was one more, yes, for your Wi-Fi. All of this stuff kind of needs to be underneath your dash back in here.
A few moments later.
Start plugging everything in. This is for my antenna, so I want to plug it into the back of the radio. That way it's already available to me. Then I want to take, this is the next thing. It says 2 CAN box climate control. And we want to take this gray piece and hook it into the gray piece that is on the bottom that came off the back of the stock radio. This piece right here says 2 radio. So we'll plug it directly into the radio. Two CAN bus. This is your CAN bus box, and you want to plug this into the box. Okay, you want to make sure everything snaps into place. Now, this is your AOB main harness. We need to start getting everything hooked up to this. Come up here to your HMI box, unplug the gray, unplug the brown, unplug the blue, the black, and the antenna. You can take this box, pull it out, and stick it off to the side with your stock radio. Now take your IOB harness, plug the gray into the gray, yellowish brown, baby poop brown, whatever you'd like to call it, into the brown of the truck. Take, says 2 can box. That's the little box that we had right here. Plug it into that. There's your reverse camera, the 2 yellow wires, factory cam, and the reverse cam. Plug those 2 together. OnStar. You plug this into, you have a left and right hookup. Now you can buy a left or a Y adapter so you can have it in both speakers, or you can just plug your OnStar into one of the left or rights. And right here it says OnStar audio input. So this is left, this is right. Unless you have the Y adapter, it's not going to play through both speakers. Just keep that in mind. I do have a Y adapter on the way, but for right now, we're just going to plug it into the right side. So it's there. It'll be on the passenger side. The big black cables for the USB. From what I'm gathering and from what I assume, the blue that you unplug from your HMI will go into the solid black one. This one right here. It just plugs in. The black, this is why you need this adapter, to plug it into that, then plug the black into this one. Now if you'll go back to when we was installing all of the cables to the radio, you will know that we have another HMI right here. Like I said, I believe this is an additional one that can just fall behind the dash. Some people have it over here in the in the glove box. All the wires that I run for my microphone and my GPS, I ran those back here. So we need to plug this one in, which is for the GPS, and then this is for the microphone. You'll go down here to the radio, right here on the where it says mic, and plug this in. Now I realize that this is a mess right now. I will go back through and zip tie everything up and make everything look presentable before I actually stick this in the dash. I'm just showing you guys how to hook this up. So this, the blue for the GPS, will go to the blue on the radio. The antenna will plug into the antenna. The main harness right here that we plugged into, our IOB, now is ready to be plugged into the back side of the radio. Make sure you hear a snap. We have 2 other things here to hook up: the speaker and the Wi-Fi antenna. Now you can mount the speaker anywhere you want. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to put it, if I'm going to even hook it up. I believe this is just going to give you the chime for the door being open and the turning signals. I don't necessarily like that anyway, so I think I'm going to be optional with this. The Wi-Fi, however, needs to be mounted. It's 3M, just like the microphone and the GPS. Peel and stick. I believe that I'm going to put it on the underside of the dash, but more towards the center of the vent. So that's where I'm going to put it. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's where you have to put it. I think I said this before, but just in case, these 3 on this wiring harness will not be used. That's on the truck. The one that we use the jumper for, the HMI that's connected to it, and the black plug that actually went to the back of the other radio. This just gets tucked back in and out of the way. We've got the wiring harness connected. It will also come with 2 brackets that you must hook to the back of the radio that connects this radio to the existing holes in the dash of your truck. Make sure you put those brackets onto the radio. Now that's only for the top only. The bottom already has the brackets made or integrated into the radio. Now all we got left, we need to put our little trim pieces back on. But first, we're going to start this because I hate to put all of this together and then it not work. So let's start it. Let's see what happens, what comes up, if anything comes up, and then we'll just finish wrapping up everything after we're finished. So without further ado, wow. Wow, that's super quick. Like it just immediately came on. Very, very impressed with that. Let's just go ahead and peel this off. Been fighting with it anyway. See if our air conditioning works. Yes, everything just kicked on. Climate control. Let's hit the on button or home button. Wow, guys, I'm really impressed. That was immediate. There you go, fam. I do the hard work for you. All you got to do is just follow the instruction. It's right there, right in front of you. Now, there's a couple of features that I actually like about this radio. One of the features is the automatic dimming for your new radio. Now, we all know that if you have a factory radio, when you go through a tunnel or something like that, your lights will come on and typically your radio will brighten. Well, it happens the same with this as well, and that's awesome. That's not something you see on these type of radios. Another major thing that I like is that extra inch up here at the top. It actually makes the truck look better. I don't know how, but it just fits the truck. And it all goes together. You don't lose anything. You don't lose any of your OnStar. You don't lose any of your heating or AC controls. It's all right here at the touch of your fingertips. Now, I know a lot of people that's going to buy this radio is all about the social media part of it. You can actually use this as a tablet. But for me, it's all about the music. It's all about that 16 band EQ. It's about getting that crisp, clear sound, and that radio definitely does it. You can adjust EQ any direction you want it, plus it has presets in there as well. So if you want to adjust it for rock, metal, rap, country, vocal, it's all right there, right in front of you. And that's going to be a wrap for this week's video, fam, but you do want to stick around and stay tuned for upcoming videos. If you know, you know. If you're a stereo guy, you like these big Tesla radios, this is for you. If you know, Amazon is the top dog for the Cidava and the Linkswell stereo system. And if you look on both websites for Cidava and Linkswell, you will see mixed reviews about both stereos. Well, I'm going to be the tiebreaker. I'm going to be the one to tell you which stereo is the best for your buck. So definitely stick around and stay tuned for that upcoming video. I don't know when it'll be because obviously I got to give this Cidava a fair shake. I got to get to know the system. I got to understand things first before we can actually compare the two. But that's all I've got, fam. I love each and every one of you. I love you. Stick around, stay tuned, give me a big thumbs up, go down and hit that subscribe button, and until next week, fam, are you ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.